evening, everyone. Thank you so much for listening me here, and thank you so much for giving such a wonderful introduction about me. Let me just add a little bit more about myself before starting on the topics that I'm supposed to speak. Coming from an Australian background and working with the beauty industry there, the major thing that I realized as a makeup expert, that's what I started as 10 years ago, that, the makeups and the skin is considered very different in India as compared to any of the Western countries. Especially, like in the Western countries, it's more about healing your skin and having a neutral makeup even a decade ago, which is actually picking up as a trend in India now. But in India, at especially that point of time, it was more about caking up and sort of covering up your skin issues. Now it's picking up, and but yes, still a lot of people actually follow the chemical way of doing things because the results they want is instant. If we talk globally, especially in the Western countries, the revolution of going green started almost 5 years ago, and it's picking up its pace on a very big level. But I believe in India we are still picking up, but there's a long way to go that way. Giving you an introduction about SeaSoul, the skincare brand that I own. You can call it my baby because I did 3 years of research on this line before stepping into the markets in Australia. And SeaSoul is an organic skincare brand from Australia. And when we say organic at SeaSoul, we basically mean free from all sort of harmful chemicals. Organic to us doesn't really mean just adding some organic ingredients and then adding chemicals to it, because that doesn't really make any sense. At SeaSoul, it's more about free from all sort of parabens, sulfates, phosphates, and the list goes on and on. As an educator myself, the most first and most thing that I cover, is that the truth is written on the same box. Words like Ayurvedic or natural or herbal or organic, for that instance, are quite abused in this industry, especially in India, because it would be written and they'll write the bigger fonts for the things that they really want you to read. But the truth is written on the same box in the smallest font possible. That's what we say, and it's actually in the ingredients list. So that's where we say when you're picking up the products for your salons or spas, that is one of the major things you should always concentrate on. That is the ingredients, because even the consumers these days are getting very aware about what products you're using on them. It's very important for them. They, as one of our friends said, they actually do a lot of, internet reading and reviews before actually stepping into the salon, and they really make sure what products have been used. It's not just about having a facial done or a spa done. It's about what products have been applied on them and what sort of treatments are you doing for them. So the products that you pick for that treatments should be you should be well aware about the ingredients used, well about what sort of results you're achieving, and if they are chemical based, and if yes chemical, what sort of chemicals. But the real way of going forward is organic, because that's where Mother Nature plays a big role, and organically the results that you obtain stays for us for longer. I seriously think that way, problems like cancer and, other diseases, where were they 30 years ago when our mums were our age? Why do we hear about this skin problems and, other issues so widely in today's world? Like one of the examples to this is like a BB cream, which was made in Germany in 1958, and it was actually made for the people with the bad skin. A lot of people think it's Korean product, but it's actually not. It's a German product. Germany was the first country to develop that product in 1958. But today, it's so popular because all of us, 95% of the people, have some other sort of skin problems, thanks to the chemicals and thanks to the pollution that we live in. We can't change that, but at least we can, reduce the number of chemicals that we use on our skin every day. From our research and studies that we performed at SeaSoul, we found out that approximately around 200 chemicals is what a normal man uses on his body and face every day. So the lesser you do, the better it is. So this sort of education is really need to be passed on. And at SeaSoul, we really look after to provide trainings to the salon and spas who are attached with us, so that the most important thing is that the therapist, who's actually giving those services to the clients out there, they should be educated. If they don't have the education, about the ingredients, about how the things needs to be worked out, I mean, about the therapies, about the ingredients, then how will they actually perform those therapies? For me, I mean, when I do my trainings, I always call my therapists that they really play a role of a skin doctor. You know, how, I mean, there would be a doctor next door, but still you would always have your favorite ones. Similarly, it goes in the salon and spa industry as well. You know, there would be a salon or spa next door, but still, I mean, your clients would like to come back to you, and even as in a particular salon, they would like to come back to that particular therapist. And why is that? It's majorly because they believe that person, they trust that person. So to be able to keep the trust of that particular client of yours, you really need to be educated. It's very important that you should know what you're giving them. So you should know in and out about that particular product or ingredients or therapies. So education is a major factor which should be actually provided by the from the brands as well, like from the product brands, because that is essentially, I mean, they are the people who know the most about the products. They are the people who know exactly about the usage of the products. So they should be, I mean, like at SeaSoul, we have these extensive programs which we provide to each and every salon who ties up with us. And our in-house trainers actually go to their locations and do the trainings, and then there are regular visits after that. So this is something which should be must to be looked after when you're tying up with any of the salon, brands for a skincare or a body care or any sort of products. The third thing that I like to add here would be the customized treatments. So there are salons and spas at every nook and corner now. So you should be coming up with the therapies or treatments which are actually customized for salons, for your salon, and to top it up, customized on the basis of your client as well. I mean, our major example here would be, say, for example, I'm a dry skin person, and a person, there's another person with a dry skin, but she might have different skin issues. I might have she might have acne, I might have sensitive skin, someone might have tanning. So the treatments should be customized rather than doing off-the-menu treatments for your clients. So proper skin analysis systems should be formed, there should be a proper skin analysis should be performed. And apart from that, the uniqueness of the products. Like in SeaSoul, we have something called as body candles, which we are the first ones in the world to develop something called as scrub body candles. Because uniqueness, as another speaker here mentioned, that we have to keep innovating products. So it's very important when you're doing a product, apart from regular oil massages, if there's something innovative provided to the client, they would be more, they would be asking for more, and they would be more clinched to your salon, and they would like to come back to you at the end of the day. The fourth and the last point I would like to add here is about the retail segment from the spas and salons. That is something which actually gives you a multiple revenue stream. You are doing professional treatments, but after the treatments, if you are able to offer the retails, the home care procedure from the same salon and spa, then your client knows this is the place I have to come back for this product. This is where, so you actually should make it more like a treatments. Like at SeaSoul, when we are educating, we always say that maybe from the first facial, you saw a 20% improvement in your facial. But if for your next session might be after 20 days. But in those 20 days, if you have not taken care of your skin, with the right set of products, then the results might fall back to zero. So you would be pretty much in the graph of 0 to 20, 0 to 20 for every facial. But if after the first facial, you have followed a proper home care routine till your next treatment, you would see that the result would pretty much stay on the same level or may just drop down a little bit here and there. But when you come for your second session, from that 20%, you'll rise to maybe 30 and so on. So you are basically stepping up the ladder. So it should be more like a treatment, so that your client actually sticks to it. It's not that one time they come and try one certain facial, next time they come for another thing. It shouldn't be that way. So it's more about customization, calling it treatments, and maybe putting it the right product with the right education and to the right set of clients. And I think that's one of the major keys in the wellness industry. And especially when it comes to the corporates, they are definitely very well aware. So, if it's been customized in that sense, I believe it could really work, and could take you to the next level. Thank you.